Back at it again, and my goodness, do we have an absolutely laughable video clip today to show you all. This is absolutely sad right here. So Biden released a campaign video, to kick off 2024, his campaign run, which I've got a lot of questions about. Is this really a campaign run? There's so many, questions about all of this. Is he serious? Are they going to push him to the side, throw him under the bus just to move somebody else in? Anyway, I'm going to be showing you guys that as well as another video clip, so stick around. But we're going to be jumping into that first. Like, share, comment, and hit that subscribe button if you are new. Make sure you're subscribed. There's a lot of you that watch on a daily basis that have not hit that subscribe button. You're already here daily, so you might as well go ahead and hit that subscribe button too while you're at it. I'm just saying. All right. And with that being said, let's dive in.
I've made the preservation of American democracy the central issue of my presidency. I believe in free and fair elections. I've made the preservation of American democracy the central issue of my presidency. I believe in free and fair elections and the right to vote fairly and have your vote counted. There's something dangerous happening in America. There's an extremist movement that does not share the basic beliefs in our democracy. All of us are being asked right now, what will we do to maintain our democracy? History's watching. The world is watching. Most important, our children and grandchildren will hold us responsible. The Vice President and I have supported voting rights since day one of this administration, and I ask every American to join me in this cause. America is still a place of possibilities, where the power resides with we, the people. That's our soul. We are the United States of America. There is nothing beyond our capacity when we act together. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
So let's bust this down a little bit, all right?
I've made the preservation of American democracy the central issue of my presidency.
Now, granted, I did understand what he said, but did I have to listen hard? Like, what?
I've made the preservation of American democracy the central issue of my presidency.
I've made the preservation of democracy a central issue of my presidency. But didn't that sound like somebody had kicked back just a few too many? When people start slurring their words after they've just been, taking a little bit too much of that potion.
I've made the preservation of American democracy the central issue of my presidency. I believe in free and fair elections.
Do you? Free and fair. Interesting, coming from the party that is currently trying to take their leading opponent, who's actually beating them currently, off the ballot. That's kind of interesting that you say that, Mr. Joe Biden. Interesting.
And the right to vote fairly and have your vote counted.
Interesting that he says that as well.
Something dangerous happened in America. Dangerous happened in America. There's something dangerous happening in America.
Yeah, the thing that's dangerous that's happening in America is you Democrats who point the finger at Republicans for being these horrible, terrible, no good, very bad people. And the only instance that you all ever bring up is J6. That's the only video clips that you guys ever really bring up is J6. Which today happens to be the anniversary of J6. But what about all of the instances of Antifa and Democrats rioting, looting, and burning down places, establishments, homes? People being pine boxed because of those situations. What about that? Oh, no, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm stepping out of line. I'm not allowed to talk about that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I forgot. I have trouble following along with the script sometimes. I'm sorry, guys. So it's just amazing that we somehow forget about all of these other instances, but we focus on this one instance of Republicans. But all those instances from Democrats, we just nope, nothing, crickets. Okay.
There's an extremist movement that does not share the basic beliefs in our democracy.
Okay, there's an extremist movement that does not share the basic beliefs of our democracy. Yeah, that extremist movement is on the left. It's the Democrats. Y'all don't believe in democracy. Exhibit A, taking Trump off of the ballot. And second off, we don't live in a democracy, so it's kind of interesting that you keep mentioning democracy. That's intentional, of course, and I've dove into that in previous videos. That's all intentional. So when you talk about democracy, that's not what we live in. We live in a constitutional republic, but carry on. Carry on.
All of us are being asked right now, what will we do to maintain our democracy? History.
I'll tell you what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do, Joe. This is what is going to happen. Whether you like it or not. The people of America have united. More so than I would have ever thought. And together, we will ensure that Uncle Trump, the Donnie, MAGA, Donald Trump walks back into that White House once again. That is what we are going to do, Sir Biden. You're welcome. Because we will be the true individuals that will save democracy. Because we don't look to take people off of ballots. We don't look to, arrest our leading political opponents. We beat them fair and square. None of the shenanigans involved. Because we don't have to. But you do. It says everything we need to know.
He's watching. The world is watching. Most important, our children and grandchildren will hold us responsible. The Vice President and I have supported voting rights since day one of this administration, and I ask every American to join me in this cause. America is still a place of possibilities, where the power resides with we, the people. That's our soul. We are the United States.
If the power resides with we, the people, then why don't you let we, the people, decide who we want to be our president? If the power truly resides with we, the people, why are you trying to take your leading political opponent off of the ballot and put him in a jail cell? If it resides with we, the people, let we, the people, decide. How about that? Those are your words, Joe, not mine. You said the power resides with we, the people. So let we, the people, decide. What are you afraid of? You afraid of losing? You afraid of getting absolutely embarrassed? Is that what you're afraid of? Or are you afraid of the repercussions that will come once Trump steps back into office? Have you done some dirty deeds, Sir Biden? Have you some skeletons in your closet? I don't know. Let me know.
States of America. There is nothing beyond our capacity when we act together. I'm Joe Biden.
I'm glad you said that. There's nothing beyond our capacity when we act together. Glad you said that, Joe. That was perfect. Well said. And that is why I believe Uncle Trump, the Don, will be walking back into the White House. Because when we act together, which we will, it's not a darn thing you can do about it. Try if you want. Flip the power off. Start WW3, right? Drop another virus, whatever. It's not going to be enough this time around. Not going to happen. I'm just saying. Now, that's my personal beliefs. Y'all let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. Now, we've got a video from the Dilley meme team, but I want to give a big shout out before we hop into this to this chick right here. Right here on your screen, Lauren Eve. Here is her @ on Twitter if you want to give her a follow. She is she's an artist that's a part of the Dilley meme team. So give her a follow. Here is her @ right here. It's on the screen, highlighted. You guys can pause the video and go and give her a follow. All right. But we have a Dilley meme team video that I want to show you guys now. Let's check it out.
And on June 14th, 1946, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God gave us Trump. God said, I need somebody willing to get up before dawn, fix this country, work all day, fight the Marxists, eat supper, then go to the Oval Office and stay past midnight at a meeting of the heads of state. So God made Trump. I need somebody with arms, strong enough to rustle the deep state, and yet gentle enough to deliver his own grandchild. Somebody to ruffle the feathers, tame cantankerous World Economic Forum, come home hungry, have to wait until the First Lady is done with lunch with friends, then tell the ladies to be sure and come back real soon, and mean it. So God gave us Trump. I need somebody who can shape an axe, but wield a sword, who had the courage to step foot in North Korea, who can make money from the tar of the sand, turn liquid to gold, who understands the difference between tariffs and inflation, will finish his 40-hour week by Tuesday noon, but then put in another 72 hours. So God made Trump. God had to have somebody willing to go into the den of vipers, call out the fake news for their tongues as sharp as a serpent's. The poison of vipers is on their lips, and yet stop. So God made Trump. God said, I need somebody who will be strong and courageous, who will not be afraid or terrified of the wolves when they attack, a man who cares for the flock, a shepherd to mankind who won't ever leave nor forsake them. I need the most diligent worker to follow the path and remain strong in faith and know the belief of God and country, somebody who's willing to drill, bring back manufacturing and American jobs, farm the lands, secure our borders, build our military, fight the system all day, and finish a hard week's work by attending church on Sunday. And then his oldest son turns and says, Dad, let's make America great again. Dad, let's build back a country to be the envy of the world again. So God made Trump.
Once again, big shout out to the Dilley meme team. Absolutely incredible video, right? Incredible video. I mean, I started getting goosebumps there for a second. I mean, wow. A lot better than Biden's video, I tell you that. Biden's doesn't even come close. Biden's is just a bunch of BS and lies. That was an incredible video, and big shout out to the Dilley meme team. Go and give Lauren Eve a follow for sure. Absolutely. Once again, here is her page right here, right there on your screen. Pause it if you need to. Go and give her a follow. But yeah, incredible stuff. Absolutely loved it. Incredible video by the Dilley meme team. Shout out to them. But yeah, so here we go. 2024 has begun. And like I said before, and I feel like everybody is saying this now at this point, expect it to get rocky. Expect it to get rocky. But there's a quote that I always remember. And it says, I don't even know where it came from or even where I heard it. Probably during a motivational speech at some point, right? Because I used to watch a bunch of motivational speeches all the time. I used to be really, really big into motivational speeches, so I used to watch a lot. But the quote goes something along the lines of, always remember, in the darkest hour of the night, the sun begins to rise. And I equate that to now. It's going to get a lot darker before that sun begins to rise again. Don't get discouraged. Don't get down. They're probably gonna come out with some polls. Oh, Trump's losing. Trump's down big now. I'm not buying it. Same thing with the Nikki Haley polls. And yeah, some people can say, well, you're being a hypocrite, Rich. I don't believe so, because I look at, as a matter of fact, let me see if I can pull this up really quickly, because I actually came across a post on a leftist page that I actually saved, and I want to show you guys this, because what is happening here is absolutely incredible. And this is what I mean by when I say I believe some polls and not others, this is exactly why. Okay, so here is the post in question. So as you can see here, and this is a page that I would consider, a left-leaning page. Me personally, that's just my personal opinion. The Supreme Court to rule if Donald Trump can be kept off 2024 presidential ballot. And then you have this: the justices will review the Supreme Court's decision to remove former president from states' ballots, blah, 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 blah. And if you read through the comments, which is the juicy part. So here we go. Here's the top comment. I got a question. How have Joe Biden and Kamala improved your lives? I'm just curious. I'm not good with politics. You know exactly why that person is asking that question. They're going somewhere with that one, right? A president who was impeached twice and started an insurrection should not be allowed to run again. And if you read through the comments of this post, here we go. Trump was vindicated by the Senate both times and never removed. Child, read what an impeachment is. For what? So, like, he was never convicted, just like Bill Clinton was never convicted. That's not President Trump. He was never impeached. Biden needs to be impeached. Girl, you sound, you know what I'm saying? So even on like a person who has posted something, negative about Trump, when you read through the comments underneath their post, it's like all Trump positive, right? I mean, I'm sure there's, some things that agree. America wants Trump back. Ask yourself, why don't they want Trump to run for office in 2024? Just think and don't be a sheep for once. Come on now. The best president of our generation. If they rule against Trump, black folks, we marching at midnight for our president. Come on now. And of course it goes on and on. Trump 24, Trump for 24 button, Trump 24 baby, like on and on and on and on and on. Trump 20, you get it. You get the message here. So when I say I believe some polls and not others, that is why. That's exactly why. Right? And that's just one example. Okay. And I've shown you guys other examples in the past where, I've brought up videos and other posts in the past where even on what I would personally consider leftist pages or leftist individuals, like, are saying, no, we don't want Joe. And some of them are going even further and saying, we want Trump. Right? So if these polls start flipping and changing, oh, Trump's going to lose, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Right? And also, Trump said something a while back that I remember, and he said the silent majority. And I think that there is something to it. right? I don't believe it's not. I don't believe it's as big as it would have been previously. But I do believe there are some people who are silent on their support for Trump because of fear of, retaliation against them, being fired from their job or, just being harassed, right? So I do believe there is that aspect to it as well. So, listen, like I said, in my estimation, in my humble opinion, very humble, right? I think Trump will retake office once again. The movement is just too strong. What I'm seeing on social media, I mean, the movement is just too strong. And this administration has just been way too terrible to win, in my humble opinion. And I guarantee you they're going to try to pull something, flip the polls, oh, Trump's losing to Nikki Haley now, or Trump's losing to Biden now. And it's just like, highly doubt that. Highly doubt that. It's the same with the Nikki Haley polls, right? Nikki Haley's gaining on Trump. Matter of fact, here, for example, the post that we just looked through. Did we see anyone say, no, not Trump? How about Nikki, though? Did you see Nikki Haley's name even once? I have never, ever seen Nikki Haley's name being mentioned under any of these posts that I've been reading through at any point in time. Not one time have I ever seen Nikki Haley's name under anything. Not once. I have yet to see it. I've seen Ron DeSantis's. Now, granted, when they do mention his name, it's not in a good light. Like, it's not a good thing, right? They always got something bad to say about Ron DeSantis. But I've never even seen Nikki Haley's name mentioned, which is why when they push those polls out, I'm like, I'm not buying that she's gaining on Trump. Like, that's just a load of crap. That's just a load of crap, in my opinion. That's them trying to prop up Nikki, in my opinion. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Like, share, comment. Hit that subscribe button before you go. Trump 24, baby. He's coming back. Stay strong. And make sure, leading up to it, we all do our part. Don't let off the gas now. Press it down even harder. I'm out.